It's 2026 and you probably still feel like you can't make money on Printify, using print on demand, selling on Etsy. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. We'll go ahead and do a dive of listing a product using Printify so that you're all caught up here for 2026. Or maybe you're new here and you need a full breakdown. Well, I got you. So here's your full breakdown. We're already on Printify. If you don't know by now, to print and ship your products to your customer for you, right? So first thing you need to do, especially if you're selling on Etsy, if you're selling on your own platform like Shopify, you have to be pretty good at marketing, creating organic content, or you can do paid traffic, which is going to be you running ads on platforms like Meta, TikTok, Google, the list goes on. That's really up to you. So at Etsy, you pay a little bit more in fees and transaction rates in exchange for this because they already have traffic and you're leveraging the traffic that already comes there. So with that being said, since it is a marketplace where customers are already looking for the products that they want, gonna do a quick research. We're not gonna go in depth in this video. I am using Etsy Radar on this one. I always experiment new tools. This one's been pretty awesome. Profit Tree. I've been pretty hooked on this one because they got the research tool. This is probably the only tool I know of where you can not only access product research, but also be able to integrate Printify and Etsy, and it'll pull all of your data, not just like the gross sales, but also the shipping that you collect. Because whenever you're on Etsy, the dashboard where you click like last 30 days, it doesn't include the shipping. This also includes the shipping, and then it also subtracts your cost of goods and your operating expenses, even your ads and all that, and shows you your profit. So honestly, this is crazy that you can do all of this in one place. So I'll post a link to that down below. But anyways, we'll do product research real quick. We use the Etsy Radar tool, see what's really popular right now. So I'm using my Radar tool, just looking and see what's popular. There's tons of things on here. Okay, so now just some quick research. Okay, so I just grabbed a quick ChatGPT design just for the sake of, getting through this listing build out so that you guys could learn how to build out your first listing. All right, so first and foremost, don't skip the integration process. Should be really simple for you. Just click this top left button right here, and then whatever platform you are using, just click connect now. And then as long as you're logged into the platform, it's pretty straightforward. And then you'll come onto your catalog, and then you can find which product you want to create first. Could be almost anything nowadays. There's fabric on here. There's literally a scarf on here, which is awesome. Wrapping paper, got faded tees on here, got posters. It's just so many products. Keep it simple though. Always keep it simple, especially if you're just starting off. Just pick anything. So you got DTF or DTG. DTF is going to be kind of more like a vinyl print. It's going to be direct to film. Direct to garment is more of like ink on an actual t-shirt. Then you also have embroidery. I typically like to choose manually. It's kind of long-winded for me to explain. I feel like I explained it in the past several videos, but you'll choose a supplier that you want to use, right? And then you click start designing. It's really simple and straightforward to get your first product up and running. So 4500 by 5100, you need to keep that in mind. This is how you really get the nice quality prints, and this needs to be in 300 DPI, but at those pixels, okay? So I'm gonna use Kittle for my design platform here. 4500, 5100, 300 DPI. Boom, we have our artboard. I'm going to upload what we just created. Boom, there we go. It's not exactly the proper size, so we're going to need to upscale it a little bit. I can already see the quality being a little lost here. So I'm gonna click on my artboard real quick, click on my layers. Gonna click this little arrow, drop it down. Okay, I thought we had a background on here. Oh, right here. Gonna just remove this real quick so I can see that as a transparent background. I'm gonna zoom in here. Okay, so there's two ways we can do it. We can try to upscale this, but I'm also gonna do this at the same time. I'm gonna click on this AI image board, create me a higher quality version of that design. Let's see what happens here with the AI image board. And then at the same time, we're just gonna try to upscale and see what happens. And then we might try to vectorize it, but I feel like it's too many colors going on, and I feel like it may lose some of the portions of the design when it comes to the text, but we'll still try it out. So I did the upscale. I will say still needs a little bit of work. All right, so this is perfect right here. This is great. All right, so I also forgot to tell it to remove the background. You can actually do that, but since we're already here, what we can do is just flatten it real quick, I believe, and then we'll click on this and we'll click remove background. All right, so it looks pretty good. Took a little bit of work, but you can read it. So just pretty much prompting it, tell it to make it as clear as possible, and upscaling it, removing the background, and we're pretty much good to go. All right, so we'll just choose one of them. So we put it on our artboard here, and then make sure it's in the right pixels, the right DPI. All right, so now to download it, it's in this top right button. Oh, I just realized you also probably weren't able to see when I was talking about upscale and whatnot. It's over here on the right side where it says upscale, vectorize, remove background, and so forth. So got this on my artboard. I'm just gonna click download. 500 by 5100, 300 DPI. That means it's gonna be 15 inches wide, 17 inches down. That's quite a nice size print right there. Now we are back on Printify. Just gonna go ahead and click upload, and then now we are going to upload our design, and then you can also select the colors that you actually want this to be on. Man, I really like that print. That's a really nice print right there. Boom, hit save product, and then we don't care about these Printify mockups. I'm sorry, it may work for like your own storefront, but they don't work that great when it comes to selling on Etsy. Kiddo also already has like a nice little kind of a foundation listing template that you can use, your size chart, your color charts, your customer review image, and so forth. Couldn't use a lot of work, but it is a little bit of a foundation for you. I think it's just like as soon as you hop into Kiddle, you can click on templates or something and scroll down, or you could probably just type in the search on Kiddle and just type in Etsy, and they have a few little projects for you already. So let's see how this mockup looks on this mockup here. All right, so let's see how this design looks on this mockup right here. I'm not sure how it's going to look because it is a full-size print. This is a mockup that's kind of better for not necessarily a full-size print, probably just like an upper chest design. Okay, so does not look great on here. You don't even want to cut this off. You want them to see the full design. So for something like this where it seems like it's a full front piece, you just want to use a different mockup. For example, this one right here, you can see like the full front piece right here, full front design. All right, that looks great right there. So we'll just go ahead and download this one right now too. And this one can be 72 DPI. 72 is for, you know, what you see on the web. So the reason why I went ahead and downloaded it for you to see is because right here on Printify, you can now actually just upload your full-on listing right here. So you click upload, click confirm, and this will actually push the images directly to Etsy too. So it's pretty awesome. You used to have to use whatever Printify gives you, and then we used to have to use other third-party apps or just change it directly on Etsy, and then, you know, have the mockup over there. So pretty crazy how you could do this right here. All right, so now I'm gonna use my own Etsy title tag description creator. This is something we created for our students. You can't just ask ChatGPT to make your title and tags. It's not gonna work. It's gonna give you the best thing that they think works, but it's not necessarily proven to actually work. So we got our 3 options right here that we can use, and then we can mix it up, make sure it's for the actual sweatshirt. Just a heads up for those of you guys who are starting. Really, you just want to think about who is for, what is for, and so forth. And then you can always look at like top tags. You can use other tools. You can use Profitry and see which keywords are actually ranking and whatnot. You can even use products like eRank, see which ones really have some volume coming up and so forth. So those are always some things to really think about. It's not a comfort colors. Now when it comes to pricing, there's also another tool we just created for our students as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at how much our product actually costs. So we have production cost $15.20, shipping costs we'll put roughly about $8 or so. So $15.20 and $8, and we want to make a profit of around $14. No. Yeah, we want to be around there. All right, so we would actually list our product at $59.80, but that wouldn't be the exact price that our customer sees. We'll have to change that in post with our discount, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You just hit publish, and you are literally on your way to making your first few dollars. I will say at the end of the day, just remember, Printify is just a fulfillment source. They handle all your fulfillment for you. At the end of the day, it's still up to you to go out there, figure out how to make the actual sales. But I will say this, the more that you list, the more that you don't give up, the more you are likely to figure this out. All right. So if you want to work with me and my team, just feel free to click the link down below. We also have the links to Profitry and Printify down below as well. This is a pretty quick and straightforward video. The thing is, a lot of people get so caught up in all the little things, they never go A to Z at least once. The first time you list your whole full product, it's easier for you to feel more confident, and then going into your next product, you make it better and better and better. So many people get hung up not even listing their first product ever, and then they feel very discouraged and they just keep putting it to the side. So watch this all the way through, actually implement this, and then we'll see you on the next product.